Johnny, this time last year, we stood around about here. You said to me, don't forget about Sonnyboyliston. And he went and won the big handicap that rounded off the weekend, so completing a fantastic weekend for you.
Yeah, no, he was going really well last year. Very progressive, big backward 3-year-old that came into his own. I thought he'd been better this year, and in all fairness, he has improved again. He's rated 113 now after winning the Ebor, so he goes into the Irish St.Leger. He's only a few pounds behind the top rated horses in it, so we think he has a chance. We think he has a chance. He's in good shape, and we know he gets the distance now. 1.6 miles of the Curragh should suit him really well. And
again, winning the Ebor, I know you've done it before with mutual regard, but that must have been massive for you to go and win it again.
Yeah, no, it's a great race. You know, the whole Ebor festival is called after the race. For years, people were saying how hard it is to win it. You know, getting horses ready for it. I think the race has changed a bit. It's more like a Group 3 race now. Very compact at the top class horses in it, and yeah, it was something we had in our mind after he won in Limerick. You know, the first job for him was probably to win a stakes race for the mare, and but after he won that, the Ebor was very much the plan, and thankfully it paid off.
Because it looked like it was. You brought him over to York for, I suppose, a sighter in the race. That race wasn't run to suit, was it? They just went slow early.
Yeah,
on.
No, it was a Group 3. It was a nice race for him, and he had a nice race. First time over 1.6 miles, we were a little bit unsure, but after the race I thought he hit the line well, and back in handicap company he should be very, very competitive. So yeah, we came home from York that day pretty happy. Although he got beaten, we were pretty happy the way he ran, and as you say, he had a sighter at the track. He'd been there, he'd done it, and he'd taken the race really well.
Yeah, and then after the Ebor, like, it is a step up from a handicap in theory into a Group 1 race, but you know, it says rating leaves him not far short of what's required to win a Group 1 race.
Yeah, well, the rate, as I said, the way that the Ebor is now, you need pretty decent horse to win it. They're all the high-rated horses get in. It's a very competitive race, so yeah. Royal Diamond got beaten in the Ebor and he came back and won the Irish St.Leger. So I'm hoping this fella can do the same.
Measure of Magic, she goes in the Flying 5. She's a filly who at the start of the season looked like a 5-year-old filly, ran a massive race in the Commonwealth Cup over 6, but now dropping back to 5.
Yeah, well, I was a bit disappointed when she came back from Ascot. She ran really well in Ascot, soft ground, she finished 3rd, she tried really hard, so maybe she was a bit flat when I ran her back at the Curragh. So we freshened her up there now. She seems to be going well. She seems to be back in that good freshness again. 5 furlongs. As you said, I thought she was an out-and-out 5 at the start of the year, but she went on. She won a listed race over 6, ran well in the Commonwealth Cup. But she's fresh now, so I don't think 5 should be a problem. She's going there in good shape. Listen, she's won 2 listed races. She's been placed in a Group 2. She's been placed in a Group 1. You'd love to win a Group 1 with her. So we're going to aim high from now to the end of the season with her. But on her day, she's a very, very smart sprinter, and I think you can just forgive her last run.
Okay. And Mirren then, he goes in the handicap at the end of the day at the Curragh. He's a horse who, when he won for you in his first run, he looked like a horse who could go on to massive things.
Yeah, and he's been beaten favourite on numerous occasions because he does travel really well in his races. Maybe he doesn't find the 4 lengths he promises off the bridle. Travelled good in the Ebor, didn't get home. Jockey reported didn't stay the trip. So we're dropping him back to 1.25 miles at the Curragh. He needs luck and running, and he needs things to fall right for him. But he could arrive there. If he arrived there at the furlong pole, I could see him playing a big hand. But yeah, he's been frustrating because I think he's a stakes horse. He hasn't done it yet, but it's his last run here, and he's heading on to Melbourne or heading down to Sydney then after that. So I'm sure he'll be a Saturday horse in Australia, and he could win one of those. He might win the Melbourne Cup, but I'm sure there's plenty of cup races down there that OTI will have planned for him.